Okay, now we're recording. I swear that I think they update that app all the time and they move things on there. So anyway, just want to welcome you out all to our Sunday night team Zoom. Just wanted to go over a few things. First off, we had an awesome meeting on Thursday night at Sharon's home. Just enjoyed getting to hang out with everyone, and I am getting updates from a lot of you guys on your challenge, and it's just rocking it out, and I'm so proud of you. And so it kind of really just ties in so much with the training for tonight, which is Principle 21, which is keep score for success. Okay, so unfortunately, not everyone gets a participation trophy in Arbonne. You actually have to work and keep track and score, right? So keeping score for success, it says you have to measure what you want more of. And so, as you're making your phone calls, as you're getting your bookings on, it's really good just to keep track of, who you're talking to, what they said, and what the results were, so that you can, know exactly what you're doing, who you need to follow up with. But also, I always like write notes and stuff on my stuff when I'm doing it, because, people will tell you, oh, as soon as the kids get back in school, then I'm in, or, whatever it is. And that way you've got your notes to come back to. But so you want to keep score. You want to measure, measure what you want, not what you don't want. So if you are familiar with manifesting and vibration and all of that, it's basically what you think about, you bring about. So if I want, more bookings, I'm going to focus on filling my calendar, right? I'm not going to think of who canceled, who rescheduled, who didn't call me back, because that's going to be what I'm focusing on, and I don't want more of that. I want more of, oh my gosh, like so-and-so is calling me, I got to get her booked, and what have you. And so when you can think on that more positive mindset, it's that whole law of attraction, you guys. And one of the things that I've noticed is, if you've ever woke up late for work, right? We've all done that, and it kind of puts you in a panic, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've overslept. And your day kind of gets started off kind of crazy, right? Your alarm didn't go off. You're brushing your teeth, and you get toothpaste on your only pair of scrubs that are clean. You can't find your car keys. As soon as you get in the car's empty. You can't find your debit card to get the gas. You see what I'm saying? It just kind of spirals out of control. And that is because the way that we've thought about things, what we think about, we bring about. We've already got off to a bad note, and then it just spirals out of control because of that law of attraction. So if at any time I wake up and things aren't going right, I just go, stop, cancel. That's my word. Cancel. Like, let's just start over. I got a few extra minutes of sleep today. I'm going to feel great. It's going to be awesome. And, and then I just recalibrate my vibration. So I hope that makes sense to you. So when you're keeping score of your success, let's keep score of all the things that are working and not of all the things that aren't working. Okay. And let's see, not just for business owners anymore. Let's take a little thing in there that talks about that. So it says, start keeping score today. Decide where you need to keep score in order to manifest your vision and achieve your goals. And I do that with the cause and the ask. And so I had been on a training. Where's my little notes from that? And I thought, oh my gosh, this is like so perfect for what we're talking about tonight. And his name is Coach Jerry. He is just a business coach, and you can follow him on Facebook. And he's actually got some coaching programs that are super cheap. So if you need somebody in your ear all day long telling you how wonderful you are and how you got this, like, just listen to his YouTube videos and all that. And he always says, I'm yelling with love, because he's kind of just a loud person. But one of the things he was talking about the other day, he says that when you're starting your business or anything in life, it all starts with little steps. Okay. So, like with my weight loss, yes, I wanted to lose 70 pounds and I wanted to lose it like overnight, but that wasn't going to happen, right? It started with every meal that I ate. every choice that I made. And so when you're looking at your business, it's little steps, watch for the opportunity. And so a lot of times we get so sidetracked on that goal and what we want, and we want to hit it, that we forget about all the little steps that we have to take every day. So when the opportunity comes, that's when you seize it, you guys. So when you got that momentum, when you're in it, man, just ride that wave, because you cannot let it pass you by. It is just incredible once you get in that amazing momentum. So little step, watch for the opportunity. When the opportunity comes, seize it, want it, go after it, and get it. Not while you're waiting to put in the little step, or not when you're willing to put in the little steps. You have to create the big opportunity by the little step every day. So I hope that kind of makes sense. You probably can YouTube it and listen to his, and it's like so much better. But that was my notes on the training of it. So last thing I want to talk about, leaders are readers, and so make sure that you're reading some really good books. And so if you don't know what to read, shoot me a message, because I read probably 2 to 3 books a month easily, just either business or spiritual or personal growth. I used to read trashy romance novels long back in the day before Arbonne, and then you know what, I was like, those really aren't getting me anywhere in life, right? It was kind of just like junk food for the brain. So you want to make sure that you're reading stuff that's going to feed your mind. And one of the books that I've read in the past, but I knew there was a quote here I wanted to share tonight, but Stephen Furtick, if you don't know who he is a pastor out of Asheville, South Carolina, North Carolina, wherever that is. He has some amazing sermons on YouTube, and like every time I watch them, I tie it all into Arbonne. It's so funny how that works. But this book is called Greater, and it's Dream Bigger, Start Smaller, igniting God's vision for your life. And again, that's kind of like that little step, right? And so let me find my pages in here. Okay, so let's see. It's okay. So it says in here, stop waiting for what you want and start working what you have. Okay. So, if you want a massive Arbonne team, it starts with one person. That's you. Okay. We all start our little step journey with by ourselves. We start with ourselves. And so instead of waiting for the perfect team or the perfect calendar or the perfect all of that, you have to just start working for what you want. Okay. And that's going to add up. So if you will do your part, God will begin to do what he can do. Okay, so we got to let him fill in the gaps for us. And he'll make your box so much bigger. And so I have thought so many times in my Arbonne business that, it's like the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, right? How am I going to build this massive Arbonne team with just me, right? And so it's just starting with what you have. Jesus just had in front of him those 5 loaves, those 2 fish, and fed the multitudes, right? So I think if you can just focus on putting in your daily works, okay, that means every single day you have to feed your business. You have to feed your mind, and you have to do something for your business. Okay, for you to be able to measure success, you have to do something to be able to get some ticks on the sheet of paper, right? So, are you making phone calls? The beautiful thing with this business, you guys, is your mouth is your office. Okay, so don't be a secret undercover Arbonne agent. Every single person, every single person that you're going to come into contact with, throughout your day. So that's one of the things when I was working full time, I loved it because I'm like, I had so much interaction all day long. I was in front of people, at my job. And so I just was able to just naturally weave it in. Okay. So don't let those opportunities go by when you're going, oh, okay, I've got, an hour in the car to make calls, to work and from work. So that'll be my Arbonne office time today. But, you maybe were in front of 30 people today. So make sure that you use your mouth as your office, that you talk to anyone within a 3-foot radius of you. Okay. Cause they all have skin. They're all washing their face, they're shampooing, they're, using energy drinks, all of those. And we want to get them on safer, healthier alternatives, right? And then, just as you're talking to people, you're going to find out how you can best serve them, whether it's products to improve their, their skin, products to improve their health, or this business, you guys. If you listen to people for like 2 seconds, instead of just talking at them, but really just kind of listen to them, you will hear the stories of people just begging you to sponsor them. And it doesn't look anything like what you're thinking it's going to look like, but it's going to be like, oh my gosh, what'd you do this weekend? Oh, we did, we wanted to do this, but we didn't have the money. I have something that will help with that. What is it? Oh my gosh, I got an amazing business that you can work from your phone or your mouth and just talk to people, right? I mean, we don't have to overcomplicate it. Whatever that looks like. So just make sure your Arbonne antennas are up as you are, out and about, as you're, Sharon and I, we were joking at the meeting the other night because, I use a couple of different taglines when I talk to people. And one of my favorite taglines is, you're way too cute to be working 9 to 5. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're way too cute to be waiting tables. Like, you're way too cute to put in a 40-hour week. Like, seriously, girl, what are you doing? And they're like, yeah, I am. So, that's just one of my easy, it's a compliment to them. And yeah, I think everybody's way too cute to be killing it 40 hours a week. We need to be home with our families and raising our kids and stuff, right? So we are way too cute for that. But it's just something for me that just came really natural. So as I'm just talking to people, I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And I compliment people on their makeup like crazy. So if, they've got that winged eye look, I'm telling you, I have not even perfected that. So like these girls that can like do it in 2 seconds, I'm like, oh my gosh, like your makeup is phenomenal. And they're like, oh my gosh, thank you. And I'm like, well, do you sell makeup? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh girl, let me tell you, you are going to be killing it at what I do. So we got to talk. So that's kind of my flair and spin on it, but I tell you, it sponsors like crazy when I'm just talking to people all day long. So just whatever that kind of catchphrase that can roll off of your tongue really easy, just, as you're just talking to people all day long, because we talk all day long, right? My husband gets tired of hearing me. So, I could have sponsored him a million times, but, so anyway, and we are a team effort. He has definitely brought me lots and lots of business partners, and he has started using my line, which is "You're way too cute." And he's the last one, little Sydney that he brought me. She was a waitress at their duck lease, and he was like, "Sydney, what are you doing this?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm in college." And then he's like, "Girl, you're way too cute for this. You got to talk to my wife." She's like, "Okay," because I didn't know where he was going with that. So you just, like I said, it's a family affair. Make sure that you're talking to everybody and you're listening and you're asking those questions that will help you get to know them, get to know their needs, their wants. Another great one that you can use this time of year is, hey, where have you guys been on vacation to this summer? And they're going to tell you they either got back from the beach, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I love to travel. If you like to travel, I can tell you, get you out of that job so you don't have to be asking off for vacations all the time, and you can just go whenever you want. Or if they tell you, no, I hadn't had a vacation in 3 years, then you're, oh my God, you're way too cute not to be having vacations. We got to talk. Like, let me help you. Let me help you with that. So Sharon and I issued a challenge out on Thursday night. I'll come back probably tomorrow on the team page and do a Facebook Live when I don't look quite so hideous. But we're doing a 30 ask in 30 days. And we have a text message. I know that a lot of you that are on the call have already started that, but there's a few of you guys that may be a little bit late coming in. You're really not late because the 30 and 30 is whatever day you start. So it's not that you're late. But it's just getting a message out to 30 people. You want to try to meet with 30, so you'll probably have to send a lot more messages than that. But we are really wanting to help you sponsor that's kind of the lifeblood of this business, because it's so fun when you start this business, but I can promise you, when you have business partners and you have people to talk to and roll ideas off of and just, to work with, it is so much more fun. Sharon and I, when we first started, I mean, like, we called each other a million times a day because we had no idea what we were doing, what to say, we couldn't get on Google and all that stuff, like Facebook wasn't even there. So we want to help you find your business partners, because there are so many people out there that need this opportunity. And 1 in 6 households are going to be doing some type of business like this. So that means there are a lot of other companies out there talking to your friends, and we don't want them going to other businesses. We want them to come to your business. So we'll get all of the 30 and 30 information posted on the team page, so you can see what that text looks like. So if you are, I know we've got some girls in Oklahoma. So what we can do with your prospects is we can do a Zoom. And even living here in rural Arkansas, there's going to be times that we all just can't go meet at a coffee shop, that we will have to do a 20-minute overview like this, which is, maybe a little bit easier for some, just because, people work and they can give you 20 minutes at home in between, dinner and bed with the kids versus having to go meet at a coffee shop or something. So we want to make it easy for your prospects to hear the opportunity. And so whatever that looks like, on however we need to get in front of them, whether on Zoom like this or, meetings. So definitely want to get in front of your people, help you get sponsored and get them sponsored and really get your businesses growing, so that we can just be in massive momentum. So Sharon, I know you're driving, I think, or were you still driving? I don't know.
No, I'm not driving anymore.
Okay. I know, you're like 5 screens over. You want to add some stuff about that 30 and 30?
Yes. Okay. So, I think April already texted her 50 people in 72 hours.
Yes.
That's the first challenge that we put out. But then the next is to actually get in front of 30 people in 30 days. And, there's a challenge there. I realize, not everybody's going to hit the 30 in 30 days, but the activity, if you got in front of 7, if you got in front of 15, if you got in front of 12, that's amazing, because you're going to get results out of that. When you're not good at closing people, or you need a little bit of help, always bring your third party validation with you. But even if you don't have a good strong skill set at getting in front of people, I mean, the odds of you closing 1 in 5 are huge. And until when you get your skill set really down on sponsoring, then you'll close 1 in 3. But it's a learning curve. The best way to learn is jump in. And it's on the job training. It's on the job training, but you guys can totally do this. We're both probably going to do Facebook Lives tomorrow on just more information on this, so stay tuned. But jump in with us. It's a simple text message. We'll post it in the group, and you'll be shocked at the yeses you'll get. Just go through your phone contacts, and the goal is in 72 hours to text 50 people. It takes minutes to do, but all you're looking for is those yeses who you can get in front of, and you might be shocked how many you get. So the people that are doing it are getting amazing results already. So go for it. Don't hold back.
and just one thing to piggyback on that, when you're sending the text out, it's an individual text. It's not a group message.
Yes, that's right.
So we'll get the what you need to send out posted, and then we'll go over like what we're going to say. There's a great little 2-page flyer is Arbonne for You. That's pretty straightforward. I went over it with the girls the other night, but it's really just a 2-page document that you can go over in about 10 minutes easily. So that just gives the nuts and bolts portion of Arbonne without giving them way too much information, and then just kind of seeing where they're fit. So the goal is to either find a business partner for you, or they're going to be a product user or a hostess, or all 3 of those for you. So anyway, that's all we've got for tonight. Just super excited for you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.